Well, I'm a 68-year-old male, been married 48 years. I had a heart failure a few years ago. The wife said, "You're not going to die, you're going to have this done." So 7 years ago almost, I had a heart transplant, which was a good thing. Unfortunately, when you have a severe condition like mine, they use a lot of antibiotics, and the antibiotics have ruined my hearing. Before the massive doses of antibiotics, there wasn't a major problem with the tinnitus or my hearing, actually. But I was so sick that they didn't think I was going to live, so I spent weeks with bags of antibiotics going directly into my bloodstream. With the tinnitus as loud as it was for me, I would have problems sometimes hearing somebody that had spoken to me. So besides my hearing loss, the tinnitus kind of like was having somebody blow a bugle at you that you were trying to hear over. So yes, it was so bad that I couldn't almost hear anything because it was just like somebody with a kazoo or something in each ear just continuously. It didn't stop. So I was pretty desperate at the time because it was really ruining my attitude. But I had gotten to the point where the tinnitus was so loud that it was really, I would be really short-tempered sometimes depending on how long I'd listened to this noise. And so I just finally had to do something. The hearing loss, not hearing the wife, was actually a bonus sometimes, you know. The tinnitus was really just pushed me over the edge. And that was what made me decide within like a 48-hour period when I just couldn't take it anymore that I was going to do something. And all the internet searching I did about doing this and doing that and the other thing, it's like none of that homeopathy or new wave stuff did anything. So it had to break down to technology. Seeing Dr. Smith, she got me set up with the Beyond hearing aids, which were really nice. They have an app that I can control it from my phone, turn it up, turn it down, point it different directions. And I pretty much thought it was hooey, but it was a very good pair of premium hearing aids instead of the inexpensive ones that my friends have been buying. So I felt that it was the best choice I had to have some kind of impact on me. The first 6 months were kind of a hassle because like they're in my ears right now, and it takes a while to get used to putting something in your ear and not feeling like you have a bug in your ear. So at the first 6 months, I didn't notice much difference other than the fact that I could go home, and when my wife spoke, I could actually hear what she was saying. So that was a big plus, kept me out of a lot of trouble. Probably in the last 9 months or a year after the 6 months had gone by, all of a sudden I would be talking to somebody or doing something, I'd realize that I don't have anybody blowing a kazoo in my ear. And that has pretty much gotten better over the 3 years that I've had them. There are days where I don't have it at all and I maybe forget to put the hearing aids in for a while. The program they have, there's like 2 different programs or 3 different programs for your tinnitus, is really just kind of a bait and switch with your hearing to where it provides a noise that you get used to and it kind of helps block out the tinnitus that I have. I do hear the tinnitus sometimes, but the Zen program actually smooths it over, and it makes me listen to the Zen program more than I'm listening to the hum of the tinnitus. And so that, I have to say, I guess it pretty much blocks it out by making me not listen to it. One of the things I was looking at when I was doing all my researching before I started looking for actual problems, solutions, was the fact that it didn't seem like there was anything I could do that would actually make it go away. It was like something I was going to be stuck with forever, like grandma is stuck with her arthritis forever, which kind of kept me from coming in to having it done. It's like, why spend this money if it's not going to do anything, really? So I was quite pleased after the year had gone by, and I was not hearing the tinnitus entirely. And when I do hear it, it's off in the distance and kind of muted. It made a big difference to me, and I think anybody would try that. So at the end of 3 years, my hearing hasn't gotten any worse than my last hearing test. And I'm quite pleased. Going to doctors is something I do a lot, and this is the one place I like to come because I always am improved when I leave.